journey. Today is day 8. Avyakt Murli's from 1969, inspiring us to change from Brahmin to angel. Now we will listen to Baptada's Murli.
Om Shanti. Avyakt Murli, date February 2nd, 1969. Children have a song that they will never let go of the hand and the company. This is the children's promise, as well as the father's promise. Baba cannot break his promise. Are there any more questions? In fact, as time goes by, everything will be clarified. Some children even have the question in their mind whether Baba will take another birth. Will he take another birth? Will he take a birth like your mama did? What does the reasoning of your mind say? Can you see the destiny of the drama? Can you see it even slightly? Since all of you say to everyone that you are the children of the Father, who knows the three aspects of time, can you not see what is in the future? What should happen according to the reasoning of your mind? Become stable in the Avyakt stage and say yes or no, and you will get the answer. In this way, Baba asked 3 or 4 people. The majority thought that Baba would not take another birth. Do you want a reply today or later? There isn't any upheaval, is there? This is also a game that is created. Little children throw stones in a pond and play with the ripples. And so, this is also a game. Baba is throwing stones in the form of questions into the churning of you children, and is creating ripples in the ocean of your intellect. Bap Dada is watching the game of these ripples. Now, together with all of you, Baba will be engaged in the task of establishment in the Avyakt form. Whilst there is the part of establishment, Baba is with you in the Avyakt form. Have you understood? Baba also projected Mama into the subtle region. Do you know what conversation took place? Just as in the corporeal world, in the corporeal form, Mama used to tell Baba to remain sitting, and they would finish all the work. In the same way, she said the same thing in the subtle region. Will we do all the work that remains for the establishment? You must simply continue to entertain the children. She used to say this in the corporeal form also. The same heart-to-heart conversation took place in the subtle region. There must be this question in the minds of all of you: where has our mama gone? It is not the time for this secret to be revealed. You will be told after some time where she is and what she is doing. She is a helper in the task of establishment, but with a different name and form. Acha, it is now time to go. Today, in the subtle region, there was a fragrance from a distance, from the early morning. Baba was seeing how the things were being prepared with a lot of love. Did you see it? Did you tour around the bandara, the kitchen? It wasn't the fragrance of the food, but it was the fragrance of love. This love becomes eternal. Your love is eternal, isn't it? Everyone's remembrance reaches here, but a certain stage is needed in order to receive the response. You received an instant response, just as when Baba was in the corporeal. When he was in the corporeal form, and when children used to say Baba, they instantly received a response. So even now, you receive a response instantly. But in between, you have to let go of the corporeal form, and then you will be able to hear the response. Now, there is the experience of doing even more service in all four directions. Now, because of being Avyakt, one quality has increased. Do you know what that is? Previously, Baba used to know of the eternal things only. Now, he knows of the things inside everyone also. In the Avyakt stage, there is no need to know anything. Everyone's chart is automatically visible within a second. This is why it is said that one virtue has increased from before. In the Avyakt stage, the stomach is filled simply by having the fragrance. Acha, today, one main advice is being given to the children. You have to do service anyway. This aim is in the intellects of all the children, and you will definitely fulfill that aim. But in that aim being fulfilled, there will be an obstacle in between. Do you know what that is? What is the main obstacle that creates an obstruction in service? It doesn't come to everyone, but to the majority of you. Baba is telling you of that obstacle. He's telling you of that obstacle beforehand. Always pay attention whilst doing service to the thought, I did this. Only I can do this. To have this consciousness of I is called the arrogance of knowledge, the arrogance of the intellect, and the arrogance of service. As you go further, there will be obstacles in these forms. Therefore, from the beginning, do not let this main obstacle come. So, constantly remember one form, one term. I am an instrument. Only by being an instrument can you maintain a stage of being incorporeal, egoless, humble, and free from waste thoughts. If there is thought that I did this, if there is I, do you know what will then happen? Just as by being an instrument, you are able to create a stage of being incorporeal, egoless, and free from waste thought. In the same way, when there is the feeling of I, there will be arrogance, the feeling of wilting and depression. What will the result of that be? The result of that would finally be that you die even though you are alive. This is why always keep this main teaching with you. I am an instrument. By being an instrument, there won't be any arrogance. Otherwise, if there is the feeling of I, you will come into the spinning of differences of opinion. This is why, in order to be free from this spinning, remember the discus of self-realization. Because just as you become a Maharati, Maya also comes to you in a Maharati form. Baba, in the Sakar form, showed you by performing actions till the very end. What actions did he show you? Do you remember? What teachings were you given? To be incorporeal and humble, and to relate to one another with love. Create a gathering of mothers. Just as the training classes for the Kumaris have been created, in the same way, create a gathering in Madhaban of the mothers who can become helpers and who are helpers. There should be a gathering of mothers along with the gathering of the Kumaris. Baba has to come at the time a gathering takes place. Seeing the love, you remember the drama. When the drama comes in between, you become silent. So seeing the love, you remember the drama. And when the drama comes in between, you remain silent. What would be the state if you were affected by the love? A river would be created. But no, drama. Whatever actions I perform, everyone else will perform the same. This is why you become silent. If everyone were to be together, then the experience of Baba's Karmati stage, according to the drama, would have been something else. But it was destined to be like this, and this is why there were very few in front of Baba at the final moment. Even though they were in front of Baba, it was as if they were not in front of Baba. Baba has love even while he is in the subtle region, and he will continue to have love. It is imperishable. But you heard how the drama takes your love into silence, and this silence brings power. We will meet again in the corporeal form there. We are now meeting in the Avyakt form, and then we will meet in the corporeal form, in Satyok. You are able to remember that scene, are you not? We will play, go to school, and meet one another. You, the light of the eyes, continue to see the scenes of Satyok in the subtle region. Whatever the Father sees, the children also see that and will continue to see it. You now have to become the form of a volcano. The form of the volcano is your memorial. Do you know who the goddess of the volcano is? All you Shaktis have to become the goddesses who are like the volcano. You have to ignite such a fire in which the iron aged world burns away. Acha Om Shanti.
So now, tomorrow